Very, very suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about it is suspicious. The thoughts are that potentially Lindbergh wanted his son kidnapped, not killed, but just disappear, because I've never seen a picture of Charles Jr. There is something physically wrong with him. Now, he was so young when it all happened, he's never diagnosed with anything, but people that look at pictures of him now, he was abnormally large for his age, and he had some features that lend people to believe he had some sort of disability. And Charles Sr. would not have wanted that. And at the time, that it was fairly normal for people at that age. If you had a child with any type of disability, to put them in a home or something. You weren't raising them at all. But the fact that he was seen as the national hero, he was very full of himself. And he was a Nazi supporter, a very strong Nazi supporter. So if you didn't fit that bill of, what we imagine when we hear Hitler, you didn't belong. So there's a lot of people that believe that Lindbergh himself asked somebody or paid somebody to come, told them where to be, what window, because they went right to the nursery window, never opened another window in the house. Told them, just take him away, raise him, just do whatever you got to do, and somehow the baby went. Even if the one that they found is the Lindbergh baby, the thought is that it was an accident, and they panicked. If they're coming down the ladder, dropped him, and something happened, whatever. They panic, they get a mile down the road, run into the woods and dispose of the baby, and Lindbergh's none the wiser. But there may be suspicion that Lindbergh himself actually knew it wasn't his son. And knew where his son was at all times, because even today, they have a lock of the hair from the baby. And back then you couldn't test it. Well, now you can run DNA on that, and the other Lindbergh children said, my father would flip if he could come back to life. He would kill us all if we had that tested, and they won't do it.
I had read different things. He wasn't a nice person at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
And odd that they were there an extra day. They weren't normally there on a Monday.
Right. And it was interesting because his wife, a lot of people comment, if you look at pictures of her from during the investigation, she never looks emotional about it. She's very calm and kind of stoic. And they said he used to play tricks on her all the time with that kid. Like at one point, apparently he put the baby in a dumpster and said, I can't find him. And then when she got upset, ran out and pulled him out of the dumpster laughing like it was a big joke. So she really believed that this child was just going to show up. That this was another one of his stunts of some sort. And that she potentially also was on medication because she had some issues being his wife. So she may have been on medication that she could not be emotional about it, but there's a lot of kind of speculation. And the other one that comes up a lot is when they asked for the ransom, the $50,000 in ransom money. Mrs. Lindbergh's father-in-law, the Morrows, he offered to pay the money. Literally just hand over $50,000 to whoever needed it and give me my grandson back. And Charles Lindbergh said, I don't want your money, and wouldn't take it. And I'm like, as a mother, if a stranger offered me the money to get my kid back, I'm taking it from them, let alone my in-laws. Like, you do whatever you can, and he wouldn't take the money because he was too hot-headed. He didn't like his father-in-law, and it was like, I'm not going to owe you anything. So forget it. Like, who does that? It just, there's a lot that just doesn't really add up. Anything else? Yeah.
Didn't Charles Lindbergh serve in the military? Was the Air Force?
He was in the military for a short period of time, from what I understand. Yeah, not for very long, I don't think so. Anything else? No. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
very good.